Or, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that many men get wrong without even realizing it: the power of silence. And why talking too much to women can actually kill attraction. You see, attraction isn't built through endless words. It's not about explaining yourself or oversharing your life story or filling every gap with chatter. Attraction thrives in mystery, in confidence, and in the ability to hold back just enough to leave her curious. Mystery has always been at the heart of human attraction. Think about the stories, movies, and legends that captivate us most. They rarely give everything away at once. Instead, they reveal pieces slowly, keeping us engaged and curious. Or the same principle applies in relationships. When a man talks too much and reveals every detail about himself immediately, he removes that sense of wonder. Or the woman no longer feels the thrill of discovering him over time, and attraction fades. In conclusion, mystery sustains interest, while oversharing kills it. Or when you meet someone new, especially a woman you want to attract, your instinct might be to impress her by talking a lot. You want her to know your achievements, your struggles, or your ideas and your personality. While this comes from a good place, it usually backfires. Instead of making her see you as interesting, or she may begin to feel overwhelmed or even bored. Too much exposure too quickly takes away her desire to explore who you are. In conclusion, or slow revelation sparks more desire than instant transparency. Mystery allows space for imagination. When you don't reveal everything, a woman begins to wonder about you. Or what are his interests? What's his past like? What does he value most? These questions stir curiosity and keep her emotionally invested. On the other hand, or if you flood her with every answer up front, you rob her of the chance to imagine, wonder, and engage. Or attraction isn't about telling, it's about letting her experience the discovery. In conclusion, mystery leaves room for imagination, which is far more powerful than endless talking. Psychology also supports this. Studies show that people value what they have to work for more than what's freely handed to them. If you reveal your entire personality too quickly, or you make yourself too available, there's no chase, no challenge, and no sense of earning your attention. Women, like men, are wired to enjoy pursuit. It creates emotional excitement. A little mystery keeps the chase alive. In conclusion, being mysterious creates value, while oversharing removes the sense of earning and cheapens attraction. Another reason mystery creates desire is that it reflects control. A man who doesn't feel the need to spill everything shows he is confident and emotionally stable. He knows who he is, and he doesn't need immediate approval. This self-restraint is highly attractive. On the flip side, men who over-talk appear desperate for validation. They want to be liked instantly, but in doing so, they often push women away. In conclusion, mystery signals strength and composure, while excessive words reveal insecurity and lack of control. Mystery also builds anticipation. Imagine watching a film where the ending is revealed in the first scene. You'd lose interest, right? Relationships work in a similar way. If you tell a woman everything about yourself right away, she has nothing to look forward to. But if you reveal yourself slowly, she becomes invested in the process, wanting to know more as time passes. This anticipation strengthens her attraction. In conclusion, pacing your words creates anticipation, while rushing into endless talk removes the excitement of discovery. There's also a social dynamic at play. People naturally value those who are selective with their words. When you speak less, people listen more carefully because they sense importance in your words. Women especially notice this difference. If you talk non-stop, your words lose weight and you seem ordinary. But if you choose what to say and when to say it, you appear more thoughtful and intriguing. In conclusion, scarcity makes value, and in conversation, mystery makes your presence more compelling. Furthermore, mystery gives you flexibility. When you don't reveal everything, you leave space for future growth in the relationship. Each meeting, each conversation offers her something new to learn. This keeps her attention alive over weeks or months. Without mystery, you risk exhausting all topics early, leading to dullness. Relationships thrive on gradual discovery, not instant exposure. By holding back, you ensure the connection evolves naturally rather than burning out. In conclusion, mystery stretches attraction over time, while too much talking makes it expire quickly. Or finally, mystery gives power to silence. Silence isn't awkward when used with confidence, it's magnetic. Pauses, small smiles, and listening without rushing to fill gaps often leave a stronger impression than hours of talking. Silence invites her to lean in, to want more, or to seek your presence beyond words. Over talking does the opposite, it drives her attention away. Remember, the less she knows, the more she wants to find out. In conclusion, or mystery in silence fuels curiosity, while constant talking suffocates attraction. When a man talks too much, especially early in a relationship, it often sends the wrong message. Or instead of coming across as confident, he seems like he's trying too hard to be liked or accepted. Confidence is quiet, it doesn't need to constantly prove itself. Or in contrast, insecurity desperately seeks approval, and one of the ways it does this is through endless words. Women pick up on this instantly, even if it's subconscious. Or in conclusion, over-talking reveals an inner neediness, while restraint shows confidence and self-assurance. Talking too much also suggests nervousness. Or many people ramble when they feel anxious because silence feels uncomfortable. But silence isn't weakness, it's power. Or when a man can sit calmly without rushing to fill every pause, it signals strength and composure. On the other hand, when he floods the space with unnecessary words, or it shows he cannot handle tension or quiet moments, women notice this imbalance and instead of being drawn closer, they pull away. In conclusion, a man's ability to embrace silence reflects confidence, while over-talking betrays nervous insecurity. Over-talking can make a man appear as though he doubts his own value, or if he believed he was enough, he wouldn't feel the need to constantly convince someone with stories, jokes, or achievements. Or a confident man trusts that his presence alone carries weight. But a man who talks endlessly often seems like he's compensating for something lacking within himself, or this constant effort can exhaust a woman and erode attraction quickly. In conclusion, endless chatter suggests self-doubt, while controlled conversation reflects belief in one's worth. Another way over-talking signals insecurity is through oversharing. In an attempt to impress, men sometimes reveal too much about their lives, struggles, past relationships, or personal weaknesses, instead of building connection, this can overwhelm a woman and make her lose respect. Secure men don't rush to share every detail because they know their value isn't dependent on instant validation, they reveal themselves slowly on their own terms. In conclusion, oversharing is an insecure attempt at closeness, while holding back demonstrates self-control and emotional strength. Overtalking can also give the impression that a man is seeking constant reassurance, when he keeps repeating himself or explaining things in detail, it shows he is hoping for approval in every sentence. This puts pressure on the woman, making her feel like she has to keep validating him. Instead of enjoying the moment, she feels drained by his neediness. Confident men don't chase reassurance with words, they let their presence speak for them. In conclusion, chasing approval through constant speech reveals insecurity that weakens attraction. A man who talks too much also risks losing authority in the interaction, when every thought is spoken aloud, it can seem as though he lacks control over himself. Women are naturally drawn to men who display emotional discipline and maturity, and one sign of that is being selective with words. When a man doesn't filter himself, it comes across as childish or desperate for attention. Conversely, the man who speaks less seems more in command. In conclusion, control of speech reflects power, while over-talking reflects insecurity. Excessive talking can also make it clear that a man fears being judged. He keeps speaking because he doesn't want silence to expose him. But ironically, this behavior draws more judgment. A woman may think, why is he trying so hard? What is he hiding? Silence, when embraced, creates comfort and confidence. A man who is secure doesn't fear judgment because he knows his worth isn't tied to constant performance. In conclusion, over-talking exposes fear of judgment, while calm silence shows fearless confidence. Over talking signals insecurity because it removes balance from the interaction, or attraction thrives on equal energy exchange. She speaks, he listens, and both feel heard. But when a man dominates with endless words, or he unintentionally communicates that he values his own voice more than hers, this imbalance signals selfishness or lack of social awareness, or both of which are rooted in insecurity. Women don't want to feel unheard, they want to feel seen. In conclusion, over talking disrupts balance and shows insecurity, or while listening reflects security and maturity. Finally, over talking signals insecurity because it undermines presence. A man who cannot control his words often seems restless or unsettled and desperate for constant engagement. This distracts from his natural charisma. Presence isn't about being loud or filling space, it's about calm confidence or stillness and focus. When a man talks too much, he dilutes his presence and weakens his impact. But when he speaks less and with purpose, his words carry weight. In conclusion, or presence is built in calm strength, and over talking destroys that strength. Listening is one of the most underrated skills in building attraction. Or many men think talking is the key, but in reality, women connect deeply with someone who truly hears them. When a woman feels listened to, she feels valued and respected. Or talking too much robs her of that experience, making the interaction one-sided. But when a man stays quiet, listens carefully, and responds thoughtfully, or it creates a bond far stronger than endless chatter ever could. In conclusion, listening is not passive. It is active engagement that builds emotional connection and attraction. Or when you listen, you communicate more than words ever can. You show patience, attentiveness, and emotional maturity. Women often open up about their thoughts, dreams, or struggles, not because they need solutions, but because they want to feel understood. A man who talks too much interrupts this process, making her feel ignored or dismissed. But the man who listens intently shows he respects her perspective and values her presence. This fosters trust and attraction. In conclusion, or genuine listening communicates respect, while over-talking communicates disregard. Listening also allows you to learn more about her. The more she speaks, or the more she reveals her values, her personality, her desires, and her boundaries. Talking too much means missing these important cues. Or a good listener can pick up on what excites her, what makes her laugh, and what she deeply cares about. Or this knowledge becomes the foundation for stronger attraction because it shows genuine interest. In conclusion, or listening gives you insight that talking too much can never provide, creating deeper connection and compatibility. Or another benefit of listening is that it creates balance in conversation. Relationships are built on give and take, not dominance. When a man listens, he restores that balance, or allowing the woman to feel like her voice matters. On the other hand, over-talking makes the interaction feel one-sided and exhausting. Or women do not want to feel overshadowed or silenced. They want mutual exchange where their words are valued. In conclusion, listening balances the dynamic, or while over-talking tips the scale and weakens attraction, listening also makes you stand out. Or many men fail at this simple skill because they are too focused on impressing with stories or achievements. But women meet plenty of talkers. What impresses them is someone who genuinely pays attention without needing to dominate. In a world full of noise, the man who listens becomes rare and memorable. His presence feels refreshing and comforting. In conclusion, listening makes you different from the crowd, or while excessive talking makes you blend into the noise, listening also strengthens emotional intimacy. Women are emotional communicators, or they value being able to share feelings and experiences without judgment. A man who listens creates a safe space where she feels free to open up. Or this emotional safety is magnetic because it builds trust and vulnerability. Over-talking, however, creates emotional distance as it prevents her from expressing herself. Or by simply giving her space to speak, you deepen her bond with you. In conclusion, listening creates intimacy while over-talking builds barriers. Or listening is also powerful because it gives you control over your words. Instead of rushing to speak, you process what she says and respond with thoughtfulness. Or this not only makes you appear intelligent, but also intentional. Women are drawn to men who think before they speak, rather than those who ramble without purpose. Or talking too much dilutes your impact. but listening first ensures that your responses carry weight and meaning. In conclusion, listening sharpens your communication, or while over talking weakens it. Listening creates attraction because it makes her feel special. When a man listens closely, asks follow-up questions, and remembers details, or he shows her that she is not just another face but someone unique. Women crave this feeling of being truly seen and valued, or over-talking makes it seem like the man cares more about himself than her. But by listening, he flips the script, making her the center of attention. In conclusion, or listening elevates her importance, while over talking diminishes it. Finally, listening is a sign of self-confidence, or only insecure men feel the need to dominate conversations with constant words. Secure men are comfortable in silence, patient in response, and confident enough to let others shine. Women sense this confidence and are drawn to it. Listening is not weakness, it's quiet strength. It communicates security, maturity, and present contrast, talking too much exposes insecurity and lack of control. In conclusion, listening reflects true confidence, or while over talking betrays hidden insecurity and kills attraction. Words are powerful, but only when they are used with intention. When a man talks too much, or his words lose their impact because they become ordinary and forgettable. A flood of conversation may seem impressive at first, but over time it blends into background noise. Or, however, when words are measured, precise, and delivered with thought, they create a lasting impression. Women notice the difference between empty chatter and meaningful speech. Or, in conclusion, attraction grows when words carry weight, but it fades when they are wasted through constant talking. Every word spoken should add value to the interaction, or men who talk excessively often fill conversations with repetition, unnecessary details, or irrelevant stories, instead of creating connection, or this dilutes the moment and weakens the emotional bond. By contrast, a man who chooses his words carefully ensures that every sentence contributes to the interaction, or this shows intelligence, awareness, and emotional control. Women admire men who know how to communicate meaningfully rather than endlessly. In conclusion, words become attractive when they are purposeful, not when they are used carelessly. Talking too much also risks revealing things that should have been left unsaid. Oversharing, or bragging, or exposing personal weaknesses too early often harms attraction. Selective speech prevents these mistakes, protecting both dignity and respect. Or when a man filters his words, he demonstrates wisdom and maturity. Women feel safe and respected around someone who knows what to share and when to share it. Too much talking, however, removes boundaries and erodes mystery. In conclusion, restraint in speech preserves attraction, while careless over-talking damages it. Words should carry weight because they reflect the man's state of mind. A confident man doesn't need to speak constantly. His presence already communicates strength. When he does speak, his words are deliberate and impactful. On the other hand, insecure men talk excessively, hoping their words will compensate for their lack of presence. Women can feel the difference instantly. True authority comes from silence paired with meaningful words, not endless chatter. In conclusion, powerful words reveal inner strength, while overtalking exposes hidden insecurity. Another reason words should carry weight is that they create emotional memory. People rarely remember long conversations filled with rambling details, but they do remember short, powerful statements that strike a chord. A well-timed comment, compliment, or observation can stay in a woman's mind for days. Talking too much, however, buries these golden moments under noise. Men who understand this use fewer words but leave stronger impact. In conclusion, quality matters far more than quantity. And meaningful words leave lasting emotional impressions. Words that carry weight also inspire respect. A man who speaks only when necessary appears disciplined and thoughtful. This sets him apart from those who feel the need to dominate conversations with constant talking. Women associate thoughtfulness with maturity and leadership, qualities that naturally attract. By contrast, men who ramble lose credibility as their words no longer seem intentional or trustworthy. Respect is a foundation for attraction, and it is earned through careful use of language. In conclusion, respect grows from weighted words, not endless chatter. When words carry weight, they also enhance mystery, or by revealing only enough to spark curiosity. A man keeps a woman intrigued and invested in learning more. Talking too much destroys this effect by giving away everything up front, or silence paired with impactful speech ensures that interest builds over time instead of fading. The best conversations are those that leave someone wanting more, or not those that exhaust them with too much information. In conclusion, meaningful words maintain mystery, while over-talking kills curiosity and attraction. All words should carry weight because they shape perception. A man who speaks with clarity and purpose is seen as confident, intelligent, and self-assured. Or women are drawn to such qualities because they reflect strength and stability. Excessive talking, however, makes a man appear insecure, restless, or even careless. Or people form impressions quickly, and speech is one of the strongest indicators of personality. Careless words destroy perception, while meaningful ones elevate it. In conclusion, or attraction is deeply tied to how words are delivered, and weight gives them power. Finally, words that carry weight are timeless. Long after a conversation ends, or what lingers is not the quantity of words spoken, but the quality of what was said. A simple phrase delivered with authenticity and confidence, or can create more attraction than hours of meaningless chatter. Men who understand this principle become unforgettable, while those who overtalk become forgettable. Or women are drawn to men who make them think, feel, and reflect with just a few powerful words. In conclusion, weight in words creates timeless attraction, or while over-talking ensures forgetfulness.